You know it's cold outside when you go to pick up a bottle of soda that you had in your garage and you find that it's frozen. So this isn't sparkling ice, it's just ice. Definitely quite frozen in there, although it's starting to melt a little bit since I brought it inside. Luckily the bottle didn't break. I've been trying to cut down on the amount of soda I drink, and these things are what I consider to be a halfway step. They call it naturally flavored sparkling mountain spring water. It's really just soda, just instead of sugar it uses sucralose, which is the generic name for what you might call Splenda. It says carbonated mountain spring water, natural flavors, golden kiwi juice concentrate. So there are mostly natural flavors in this. Also green tea extract, and they add various vitamins and stuff in there, and a little bit of coloring. So I guess it's a little bit better for you than soda is, and it still tastes pretty good. They have various different flavors of this available. I just wish they made the bottle a more convenient shape because it's so tall and skinny that it topples over rather easily. So that's my frozen soda, sparkling ice. That's mostly ice. And it seems like these things are catching on because some supermarkets now have their own store brands of these kind of things in the same tall shape of bottle. So these are normally $1 each, and I think the store brand is something like 86 cents per bottle. So it's a little bit cheaper, although the store brand version doesn't have as many flavors as the real one does. So I don't normally do food or beverage product reviews, but I thought it was kind of funny that this got frozen. And also I'm testing out an HD camcorder that I got for about $10 plus shipping on eBay. It's a Panasonic HDC-SD9, which was their top of the line HD flash memory camcorder in 2008. It has a 3 CCD image sensor and a 5.1 channel surround sound microphone. And it works fine, except the LCD panel on the side kind of flops around because the spring that's supposed to hold it open is kind of weak. So that's kind of annoying, but otherwise it works fine. And with the amount of time it takes to render and upload HD video, by the time that's finished, my soda will be melted. Just in the amount of time it took iMovie to import all the clips I recorded so far, the ice has started to melt a little bit more. Now if I squeeze it, you can hear it crackling. So now I don't need to add ice to my soda, it's in the bottle already. And just for a change, I'll try using iMovie 11 to edit this video. In a previous video on this channel, I demonstrated that it does a very poor job of deinterlacing standard definition video. But since this is HD video, I'll give it a shot and see how it turns out. And before anyone mentions it in the comments, yes, I did notice the distortion on my voice. And this camcorder does have a manual mic gain setting, so I turned it down one notch, so hopefully that will get rid of the distortion. And one downside you can see right now is this does not do very well in low light, as typical for 3 CCD or 3 CMOS sensor cameras. So needs good lighting to get good video, but otherwise for $10 I can't complain. And here's a quick comparison to the Panasonic HCV110, which is a cheap little HD camcorder I bought recently. The audio quality is not really that great on this model, it's kind of muffled, but you can see it's not nearly as shmeary in low light as that HDC-SD9 that I was just using. So it does do pretty good in low light. And finally, here's a quick look at the HDC-SD9 that I was using. Here's that 5.1 channel surround sound zoom microphone, 3 CCD image sensor, advanced optical image stabilization. It has an automatic lens shutter, but this thing that looks like a wheel for adjusting the focus is just a decoration, so that's kind of cheap. Also has a flash, but there's no built-in LED light and no shoe for mounting one, which kind of sucks. And here you can see how loose the LCD is. So it just kind of flops around. But if you tilt it a little bit, at least that keeps it from closing all the way, because if it closes all the way, then it stops the recording and shuts off. So I don't know, maybe there's some kind of spring in there I can replace or something. But otherwise it works fine. And you get a real power switch on the back. I found this little piece of plastic in my junk box, and it's just the right size to wedge in there to hold the LCD open. So now I can move it all around and the LCD stays exactly where it should be. So, tiny little piece of plastic fixes a camcorder that originally sold for $800. And it is not a touchscreen. You get a menu button here and a joystick to go through the menus. There's that mic level I just was using to turn it down one notch. You can turn on a zebra pattern to show which areas of the image are overexposed. And you can even do color bars. So I'll leave you with 5 seconds of color bars recorded by the SD9. It does not record any audio during the color bars.